I'm here with Andreas from MeVolt, and where's MeVolt based?
MeVolt based is nearly Munich.
In Munich, right here in Munich where we are today. Now tell us a little bit about what is going on up here. What is this?
Nice.
What is this? This is a roof mount car charger. So gone of the problem where you can't find a spot to mount your charger in your garage. This bad boy with a hit of the remote will give you up to 10 meters of lead, and it's a 22 kilowatt charger. That is impressive. Well done.
Yes, very good.
What's the difference between a tethered or an untethered car charger? Tethered comes with its own lead. Untethered means BYO. Pretty cool, but you got to carry your own lead around to use an untethered charger. We are here at Wallbox. Now, there's something special about Wallbox. Not only do they make a beautiful, elegant, tiny, economic car charger, but Wallbox is actually the first car charger that we're going to be able to use in Australia, which talks seamlessly to the new IQ router by Enphase. So what that means is all your excess energy that comes off your roof, instead of selling it to the grid, you can actually leave your car plugged in, and this bad boy will charge with your excess energy only. That is maximizing self-consumption, and that is the future of home energy management. We've seen 10 out of the 18 mega hauls. And I've got to say, there is a lot of the same stuff that we're seeing. We're seeing so many players come into the solar space and try and come up with a new battery or a new inverter. And I've got to say, I've seen about 15 manufacturers that are making microinverters now as well. And some of them are really impressive and some of them are a little scary, to be honest. And the most impressive thing that I think I've seen so far is Enphase's IQ router. Now, this will bolt onto any of our Enphase systems and actually control your heat pump and your car charger with all of your excess energy. This is truly home energy management at its finest. Stay tuned, there's 8 hauls to go. It could be a diamond in the rough. All right guys, check this out. This is the European made and designed Smart Flower. This is a 2.5 kilowatt peak PV system on a flower that opens up every morning to collect the sun. Its tilt and orientation track the sun all day to make sure that you're getting the most out of every single ray. This isn't just renewable energy, this is a work of art. And for about 35,000 euros, you can get one in your own backyard. Alrighty, so I'm here with Moran. Moran, tell us, what was your involvement with the Enphase battery?
Basically, I'm in charge of developing all the new battery storage product for the company, and I run the business.
Wow. Moran, head of battery development for Enphase. Now tell us, you came to Penrith Solar Centre last month. What did you think?
You guys are doing a great job. I love your showroom, and more I like your training center, which is right on top and underneath the...
Yeah. Have you ever seen anything like it?
No.
Never?
No.
In the whole world?
That's accurate, yes.
You came to Penrith and you were impressed.
I was.
My man. How good. Thanks, Moran. We appreciate you.
Luck, guys.
We appreciate Enphase. Thank you.
Thanks a lot.
That's a wrap. I'm here with Eddy May. Ed, what do you think? Intersolar 2023?
Well, it was big. It was big. It was probably the biggest one that I've seen. I remember when I came here the first time, the last 2 bays were quite empty, and now there's EV charging.
Yes.
And EVs, and there's home energy management. Right? Lots of stuff around that. Now, I don't understand a lot about home energy management software because I don't think anyone does. What do you think?
That's my takeaway of the whole expo. This word HEMS that's just getting thrown around like nothing else, you know. HEMS, home energy management. This is where we're heading, Eddie. You know, you got to think. We're putting solar systems into people's houses, but they're no longer just solar systems.
Yeah.
We're putting a platform for their home energy management, you know? So it starts with solar, then we go battery storage, and then of course EV charging, hot water, heat pumps, all these sort of cool things. I think that's where we're heading, man, and that's, I guess, why we come here, to bring this stuff back to Australia. You know?
So what do you think? What do you think will be your next installation in this space? Because I know you're a killer at solar.
Yeah.
You're good at battery storage. You're into heat pumps, EV charging. Like, you know, you've got 4 covered, and you're very, very good at them, right? So what's your next step in this space, do you think?
It's a really good question, Eddie. I think we can be a lot better in the hot water space, heating and cooling of the home potentially as well. But the hot water space I see as the low-hanging fruit. You know, it's an appliance in people's homes that uses a lot of energy. You know, it can make up 30% of someone's power bill. So I reckon that's the low-hanging fruit. And even to the extent where I'd say there's better value for money buying a heat pump or a smart hot water system than a battery sometimes, because what you're doing is you're storing energy. You're just not storing electrons. You're storing hot water.
Yeah.
So I think, you know, we need to build some better systems around that, maybe partner with some great people back home who are very good at hot water. You know, we're not plumbers, right?
No.
So I think that's it, Eddie. What about you? Like, what's it for you?
I think my next play in this space, well, as you know, we do those 4 things. So, but I think my next play is really having a look at what software is going to tie them together. What is the app that's going to show me my solar, my battery, my car, my hot water, like maybe the temperature of my hot water, or just, you know, or how much power is going to it. You know, can I turn my air conditioner on automatically? You know, that's what I think. Because most solar systems without a battery export about 70% of the energy goes to the grid, right? Then once you put a battery in place, you get that up to, you know, you drop your export, right? Your self-consumption goes up, but it's like 70% a lot of the time, right? There's still a lot of export. So that export's, you've got to use it. So, but the first thing you got to do is be able to see it. So for me, I want to see and I want to figure out what is the app that's going to show me all that stuff, and I want to start putting them in there and just looking
into place. Yeah. It's a fitting time to sort of speak about Enphase's new IQ router. You know, they've bought a product. They've launched this product here. Enphase bought a company in Paris who manufactures like a home energy management software already. It's a bit of hardware, but a lot of software.
Yeah, right.
And I've seen it for the first time today in action, and it doesn't quite tell you the temperature of the water.
Yeah.
But it does show you where your energy is flowing into your heat pump. It shows you your car as well. So the idea is you leave your car plugged in, it'll charge your car or your battery, whatever you tell it to do first. And then last resort is selling to the grid, you know, giving the grid your excess energy that's not worth that much. So I think it will go deeper, and you're right, it needs to tell you the temperature of your water, it needs to tell you the temperature of your home, and you know, if you've got water tanks at home, let's talk about the level of the water. You know, that's the level of home energy management that I'm excited for. You know, an iPad on the wall in the kitchen of every home talking about the vital signs of that home. I think that's cool.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, at my place, I changed my air conditioner over recently. Right? So the new screen that I've got there has got all the rooms, all the temperatures. I can control it off my app. It's got an integration. I can integrate it with something, but I don't because I haven't got I've got to pick something to integrate it with, right? So I'd love to see what Enphase can do in that space, right? Like when they open up some integrations, will I actually be able to say, all right, charge my car first. Well, my battery first. Plug in whatever solar's left, pump that into the car. Then, if there's surplus, just turn my aircon on. Right? Cool the house down, heat it up. You can do something with the power rather than just sending it back to the grid, because eventually the grid doesn't need it. In South Australia, where I'm from, we often have way too much solar. Right? So, you know, we're sitting here today in beautiful Munich, and if you think about it, they probably have right now an oversupply of renewable energy because it's windy and the sun's out and it's beautiful, right? But they wouldn't be running a lot of air cons because it's not really that hot. They would have too much. So they would be wanting people to use all their own solar. Right? So yeah, that's where it's at for me.
Ed, it's 2023. What do you think it's going to be like in 2025 when we come to Intersolar?
That's a great question.
Are these problems going to be solved by then?
Well, I'll be 2 years older and probably no wiser.
Yeah, fair call.
But I would say we'll see.
I'm not going to argue with that.
I think we're going to see, for starters, we're just going to see so much around EVs, right? We are at the tipping point, particularly in Australia. All right, so we're going to see, EVs are going to launch through the stratosphere. People are still saying, oh no, they're not hydrogen, this, what. They're not, man. They're launching.
It's too late.
So yeah, they're already on. There's no. So I think we're going to see a lot more in that space. But I would say, and I hope the home automation is well advanced,
Yeah.
like well advanced.
Yeah.
And you know, people are buying not just a couple of solar panels; they're buying a complete electrified home,
Yeah.
self-sufficient electrified home, without anything left. Like that's where I think we'll be in by 2025, and I think we got to get on there early and push this forward. You know, not wait for a perfect solution.
No.
If someone's got half a solution, jump on it and you've got to take the first step.
Correct.
And I think, you know, our businesses are well placed to lead this for our industry in Australia.
Absolutely, and it's the case of not waiting till the iron's hot to strike, but make it hot by striking. You know, we're in the perfect position to do that. So, one more thing, Ed. You know, there was so much EV charging. There was 2 halls worth of EV chargers. A product that, and it's a bit of a product plug, almost shameless. We don't use this product yet, by the way, but we will. I was really, really impressed by Wallbox.
Yeah.
Wallbox are a beautiful charger that seem to integrate into every home. They're very HEMS ready, right? They've even got their own little energy management system going on, and I was really impressed by the aesthetics of the product. I was impressed by the team that they had, like the presence at the expo too, and how knowledgeable their team was. They had all their tech guys on the stand, and you could stand there and talk tech. I love that. You know, I love when companies show up to these things like that.
Yeah.
Have you ever done a Wallbox?
I've never done a Wallbox. We've done. We've obviously installed the Tesla dumb charger, I'll call it. Doesn't really do too much. Delta is a really great smart charger that we've done, and Fronius, of course, the Watt Pilot, we do a lot of that, and that's a smart charger as well. The Wattbox has got some really killer features for applications where you're going to have more than one as well. Because what people don't think about, if you plug 3 cars, if I go around your house and you've got 2 in, and I plug a 3rd one in, that's going to blow your fuse.
Absolutely.
The Wattbox will go, hang on a minute. We need to just dial down some of this power. Or it can say, give it to Jake's car first, Eddie gets what's left.
Absolutely.
Or it's really smart in that. It's a real great scalable solution. So yeah, I'm with you. They are very smart. They're going to lead. They're going to lead the way. And the other thing I noticed is just how many of them there are. When I was at Fronius the other day, their EV charger guy put a slide up, and it had the logos of all their competitors, right? And it was, the screen was just full of logos. And then he said, oh, and they're only the ones that start with the letter A.
Wow.
And I just looked at it again, and I was like,
You're right.
You're right, man. There is like thousands of people making EV chargers. So picking the smart charger from the outset, like the leader, I think is really clever.
They've also just put an office in Australia, so their commitment to Australia is key, and that's important for us.
Where are they from? I think
they're from the. They do have R&D in New Zealand.
Yeah,
I
they
thought.
do.
Yeah, R&D in New Zealand, but I'm not sure where they started. No, I'm not too sure.
Yeah, but they're just going to be a global success. You can tell they've got that written all over it. I agree.
Absolutely, it's a sharp product.
Yeah.
Anything else, Ed, that took your breath away?
Being up till 4 a.m. took my breath away last night, which I probably shouldn't have done.
No, you should make good choices.
I'm feeling quite fresh, considering.
Well, that's good.
Man, I just, you know, for me, I say this every time, don't I? For me, it's about getting together with the good people in solar, exchanging stories, doing deals, you know, talking about products, you know, being able to walk around with you yesterday. What do you think of that? You know, let's go talk to that person. You know, you have a different perspective to me sometimes and vice versa. So, you know, we get to challenge what's going on, and then when we go back, you know, you've got a more complete story about how your day went.
Absolutely. I agree. It's an enhanced experience.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
Well, that's awesome. And that's Intersolar 2023, Ed. That's a wrap. We'll be home shortly. Thanks for tuning in. If you want to know anything else about Intersolar 2023, reach out to us.
Well done, brother. Love you.
That was good.